In the past few weeks, you might have heard about a new Spanish property tax for American, Brits, and other non-EU citizens. Since then, many people have been doing videos about this, but no one really talked about the real discrimination that Americans and Brits that are renting their properties are facing today in Spain in 2025. Today, I'm going to be talking about this. Remember, my name is Daniel Bertomeu and our law firm specializes in everything related to conveyancing, taxes, and other services that non-residents might need in Spain. Let's go to it. As you may already know, if you spend more than 183 days in Spain, you're going to be considered a tax resident. If not, you will fall under the non-income resident tax, which is called in Spain IRNR. It's quite simple to understand. If you rent out your property in Spain and you are from an EU country, you will pay 19% in taxes. But if you are a non-EU citizen, you will pay 24%. But this is not the only unfair part. EU citizens pay 19% on their net income, meaning after deducting expenses such as repairs, mortgage interest, and community fees. On the other hand, an American or British citizen pays 24% on the gross income with no deductions possible. You may ask, and why is this a discrimination? When there are significant expenses, an EU citizen can deduce those costs, which means that his taxable base will be reduced. That's something that non-EU citizens cannot do. Now, we're going to see an example of how an American, but it could be Chinese, from Abu Dhabi, English, can end up paying double the taxes that a German or a French citizen would. For the sake of the example, let's say that you make 18,000 euros out of rental income in Spain and you had to change the kitchen and some maintenance costs that sum up to 5,000 euros. If you're a resident of an EU country, Spain allows you to deduct 5,000 euros in expenses. Instead of paying on the full 18,000 euros, you only pay on the 13,000 euros of net rental income. And on top of that, your tax rate is 19%. So let's do the math, and as you're seeing, the result is that you owe approximately 2,470 euros in taxes for the year. Now, let's suppose you're American or any other non-EU resident. Spain does not allow you to deduct expenses. You're taxed on the full 18,000 euros of income. And it gets worse. Your tax rate is 24% and you can reduce that base by any of your 5,000 euros in costs. So the calculation is straightforward but painful. The taxable income will approximately be 4,320 euros. That's a 1,850 euro difference, almost double the tax for the exact same activity. Now that you agree that we are against a discrimination, let's see why is this illegal. Let me summarize it for you. The European Union protects the free movement of capital, meaning that any restrictions on capital flow between EU countries or third countries and the EU countries are prohibited. And also, Spain has been warned by the European Commission. So if they have been warned, why the discrimination is still there? Here's the short answer. Spain claims that the restrictions on non-EU owners existed before certain EU laws came into effect, arguing that since these rules existed before 1994, they can continue applying them. Of course, Spain had to change inheritance and gift tax laws due to EU pressure, so non-resident income tax should be next. If you're suffering this discrimination, is there anything you can do? And the answer is yes, but I don't recommend it. You can only declare your net income 19%, but you risk yourself that Hacienda, Spanish tax agency, comes after you. I mean, you could go to court, you can say that this is a discrimination. You have arguments because there are already people that are working on getting rid of this. So the answer is that yes, but it can take a long time and you risk yourself to a possible sanction. I personally don't recommend it, but at the same time, I'm willing that someone comes in the future and tells me, Daniel, Juan, my father, I want to fight against this unfair rule, and yeah, I have time, I have the means, let's go for it. Meanwhile, I'm already preparing some other videos about this topic, the real housing problem in Spain, because one thing is what politicians say, but the truth is very different, and very shortly, English, Americans, whoever comes from outside of Spain is not guilty of the prices of houses in Spain. It's a bunch of other problems. I'm going to be talking about this next week. So if you like this video, I would really appreciate if you subscribe, This is how you can contact me. You'll have also the information in the description. I really appreciate all of those who write me on WhatsApp. Sometimes it's a doubt, sometimes it's because they want to hire our services, but I don't know. This makes me very happy to do, and well, I'll see you very soon. Bye bye.